Hi you guys, so today I'm going to be trying something very different for my channel. Normally I don't do challenges a whole lot on this channel, and I wasn't really sure why. No particular reason, anything like that. I just really never did a whole lot of challenges. So I've seen a couple challenges come up lately that I'm like, well, now that is something I want to try. So today I'm actually going to be doing the full face with only your fingers challenge. I'm not using any brushes, any beauty blenders. I'm not using any stick products. No stick eyeliners, no stick products. Pencil products. I'm not using any pencil eyeliners, no mascara wands, nothing. Every single application, even if it already has a built-in applicator like a mascara, is going to be done with my fingers. Now, my hands are very, very, very clean. I also have a baby wipe nearby and tissues to make sure that they stay clean throughout everything. So I'm just going to jump right in and get started, and I'm actually starting with my brows because I know those are going to be the absolute hardest part. And I'm going in with my Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown, which is not the shade I normally wear. I normally wear blonde, but because I don't have a brush to get in those super fine details, I'm going with a darker color so I can use a much lighter hand and not make quite as much of a mess. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, I'm just going in, getting some product on my finger, and I am trying to keep this as neat as possible. I mean, the nice thing is I can go back in and clean this up, but the less cleanup work you have to do, the better. Okay, well, that's interesting. Um, so I'm just going to go in with some of my other fingers, make sure I have a tissue to wipe my fingers off on, and just go through and clean up the edges. In case this is a challenge you want to try yourself, I would also recommend making sure that your face is well moisturized ahead of time. That way, if you need to actually wipe things off or clean things up, it goes much, much easier. So that's the eyebrow. I mean, there's not a lot of shaping and stuff I can do with this just because I'm kind of just slapping it on there, but not too bad. All right, there we go, eyebrows. They don't exactly match. But they're not too bad. They're not too bad. It's a good thing I'm doing this at 10 o'clock in the morning so I can wash this off before I go out tonight. And next I'm going to go in with primer. I'm using my Urban Decay Original Primer Potion. I am going to edit this video down a little bit, otherwise it's going to be insanely long, so you might only see me doing one eye and the other one just magically happens, but I'm still doing everything with my fingers. Eyes are primed, and today I'm using my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette because the shadows are very creamy, there's not a whole lot of fallout, so that's what I'm working with today. I'm going in first with my ring finger and grabbing white chocolate, and I am going to pop that all over my lid and up to my brow bone. Now here's where it gets fun, is trying to blend out colors. So I'm going in with Salted Caramel on my ring finger again. And I'm going in with very, very light pressure. Actually blending things with your fingers is very, very difficult, at least for powder products. So I am just trying to apply as lightly as possible and build up to create the gradient rather than just going in and smoothing it out. All right, now that I have that down, I'm going into this really pretty brown shade. This is semi-sweet, and I am taking this onto a clean, well, mostly clean, because apparently that dip rod does not like to go away, mostly clean pinky finger. And what I'm doing is I'm going to drop my eyelid as flat as possible, because if you keep your eye open like I normally tend to do when I'm doing crease shades, then it's going to smear way too high and way too low. So I'm dropping my eyelid as low as possible and just getting that right in that crease area. Start very, very light and build up if you need to, because it's a way easier to add more than to take away, especially with this. If you need to blend that out a little bit, just take your ring finger and smudge it, but you have to be very careful to put light pressure, because too much pressure with your fingers is going to wipe that color right off, which is where this gets really tricky. All right, now that our crease work is done, I'm moving on to the lid, and I'm going back into the palette, and I'm taking this shade right here. This is Marzipan, and I'm taking that on my ring finger. I have fairly small fingers. If you have larger fingers than me, you might have to use your pinky for most of this. And if you have smaller fingers, you're definitely at an advantage with this. So I'm taking Marzipan about 2/3 of the way across my lid. All right, now for the outer half of my eye, I'm actually going in with this color. This is Cherry Cordial, and I know this looks scary. I'm taking my pinky finger, going in and picking up some color, and I am going in right on that outer corner. Do a nice light layer at first, and then I am using a clean finger to blend it out in the middle, and then just slowly build up that color. And then take your clean ring finger and just kind of go around the edges as best you can. Right, and there is the top half of that eye, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. So normally I would do my lower lash line after I do my concealer, but in this case I'm actually doing my lower lash line first, just in case there's any mistakes. So I'm going to go in and pick up this shade. This is Milk Chocolate on my pinky, and I'm going to go ahead and drop my chin down as far as possible and look up so that I have my finger touching the least amount of surface possible, and run this right under my lashes. And now I'm going to go in and take our burgundy color again, Cherry Cordial, and just go in on the very outer half. Okay, so far I think this is one of the most difficult parts of this so far, because that is not cute. But we are going to fix that with some concealer. But first I'm going to move on my foundation, and I'm using the Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation in shade 20, Classic Ivory. And I chose this foundation because it's very creamy and moussey, which makes it easier to apply, in my opinion, with fingers than a more traditional liquid foundation. Alright, now I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light. And I'm not applying this with the wand as much as I just want to and get it done with. This is going to take a minute. So I'm just going to pop this pretty much everywhere I need it, but I'm going to blend as I go, because if I don't, this is going to dry before I get to it. Alright, well that didn't work too bad. I mean, it turned out decent. I'm going to go in and try and set that with my NYX HD Finishing Powder in Banana on my middle finger, and I'm just kind of tapping this because I don't want to move the concealer too much underneath. All right, now I'm going back into my chocolate bar palette, and I'm grabbing the shade Champagne Truffle on my pinky, and I'm going to highlight my inner corners and just under my brow bone, which is really difficult with this. Okay, so I'm saving the hardest part for last, and that is mascara. So next I'm actually going to jump into contouring. Bronzing, contouring, same thing. So I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Color Icon in Ticket to Brazil. Oh, and I have to say, guys, this packaging, for some reason, I'm really gentle with my packaging, and the wording is like coming off already. Don't like that too much. So I'm just going in with my ring finger and my middle finger and just lightly going across. And then, wow, okay. Very lightly. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's not too bad. Ooh, okay, we can work with that. I would suggest, if you're trying this yourself, going light. Like I said, light, 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 and then build up, because this could go really bad really quick. I'm just going to put a tiny, tiny bit on my temples. I am too afraid to take this up on my forehead. I think that would be, well, let's give it a shot. Might be a disaster, but we can try it. Okay, that's actually not too bad. All right, so next I'm going in with blush, and I am kind of cheating here. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush in 05 Fresh Pink. This is a cream type blush, cream to powder technically, but it works like a cream. And I'm using my two center fingers again. And I say it's kind of cheating because it's cream product and they're supposed to be applied with your fingers most of the time. So I'm just going to just dab that onto my cheek and then blend. So next I am moving on to highlight, and for that I'm using my Essence So Glow Cream to Powder Highlighter in number 20, Bright Up Your Life. I'm just taking that on my ring finger. We're going to pop that everywhere. We want a little bit of highlight. And I am actually going to be going over that with another highlight, and that is the Essence Contour Powder Highlighter in 01 Light. And for this, I'm taking my middle finger and just gently going over everywhere I use the cream highlighter. As you can see, it's really, really subtle, but I am going for more of a daytime full face than a super nighttime glam, because winged liner with these is not going to happen. But mascara is, and I'm going to show you how I do that next. For this, I'm taking the Maybelline The Falsies Push-Up Drama Mascara. Now, this is not one of my favorite mascaras because of the brush. I really don't like the brush, but I do like the formula. So what I'm going to do, hold on. I'm going to try and do this all in one shot with no editing so you guys can actually, you know for certain that I'm doing this. But I am popping some mascara right on that finger, and then I'm going over with the edge of the brush to smooth it out. So basically I painted my finger with mascara, and then I'm going in and using this. Ooh, I need a different mirror. Okay, I need to be able to see my lashes better. Here we go. I am going in and basically lifting and wiggling my finger underneath my lashes to apply the mascara. I know a lot of people totally skip mascara and just did false lashes, but I don't wear false lashes a whole lot, especially on an everyday type look. So I'm doing it this way. Oh, and you do kill a ton of mascara doing this because it does dry very, very fast on your finger. So use a mascara that you don't absolutely love. Oh, and I do have to mention, this takes forever to do. But it does work. That is the fun thing, is that you can actually apply mascara with your fingers without it getting like clumpy and gross and one eyelashy. And you get a very natural look with it. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and add more mascara. And I'm going to go ahead and do my bottom lashes. I'm going to tilt my head down. So I'm going to put mascara on my pinky finger instead, I think, to do my bottom lashes, because my ring finger is just too big. So there we go. I mean, this is just horrible, isn't it? And there we go, mascara done entirely with my fingers. I mean, obviously you're not getting a lot of volume or lift or anything like that out of this, but it can be done. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other eye still with my fingers, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so to finish up this look, I'm going to be using a lip gloss. I am using the Revlon Ultra HD Lip Lacquer in Carnelian because it is fall and it's a really pretty dark color. So I'm just going to basically paint this on my finger and get to applying. Now, there is no way you're going to get a super sharp lip line with this. So I would definitely recommend going for more of a stained type look rather than a super, super sharp line. Alright guys, so that is the final look, my entire face done entirely with my fingers. This challenge was pretty hard. Probably not the hardest thing I've ever done in regards to makeup, but definitely not something I would be like, oh yeah, forget my brushes, throw away my brushes, I'll do it all fingers, just keep it easy. No. I love my brushes, I hold them dear, and I will see them again next time I do my makeup because I love them and I miss them. Especially my eyebrow brush. That stuff was hard. It's really hard to do your eyebrows without a brush. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope that it was at least somewhat entertaining to watch. If you have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. I am pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!